In this video, we're going to show how to measure the split flow between the FID and XSD. We will first remove our line that brings the trunk line carrier gas into the GC oven. It's off the bulkhead. We're going to put a union on there and put our flow meter on there, and we will get our flow reading from the trunk line. And we are reading 30.1, 30.2 milliliters a minute coming into the GC. We're going to return our line to the GC oven. So that will be going over to the detectors. I'm going to remove the signal clip from the FID and the XSD detector assembly. And I will put the flow adapter into the XSD base. Now we will measure our split flow between the FID and XSD. Here, pressing the tube up against the ceramic housing of the jet, the FID is measuring 13.0 mils a minute, and the XSD, a good fit on there, is 17 mils a minute. So the two of them will equal basically what's coming into the oven, 30 mils a minute. So we would be good to begin the response tests and logging. However, if when you go and measure your flow in the FID, the majority of the flow, here 30 mils a minute, 29, or most of it is coming out the FID, we may have a blockage in the XSD. So to verify that, we're going to remove the line that supplies the XSD and then measure the flow on the FID again. And here the flow is dropped from 30 mils a minute down to 13. In that case, we probably have a blockage in the XSD. It's not in the line going there, it's in the XSD base. In an attempt to clear out a blockage, we first need to remove the flow adapter, and then we're going to get a special tube. This is just a Teflon tube with some silico steel epoxied in the end of it. That silico steel end will be able to go down the throat of the jet. So we'll be able to stick that in there, and that centers up on the hole that goes through the base, and it helps to blow back. Of course, the line coming onto the backside has to be removed, and then the other end has to supply some nitrogen to it to blow it out. Here I'm going to put it onto my carrier gas supply. Typically my trunk line supply goes there, and we can blow back through the jet in the base of the XSD. My carrier gas supply will provide 30 mils a minute. If you want higher pressure and flow, we can use an adapter here on the supply line that comes into the GC carrier gas. We first need to shut it off at the tank and then adapt down to from 1/8 inch to 1/16 inch line, and then we'll be able to supply a much higher pressure and flow rate. Now I'm going to go over to my tank and we'll be able to shut this off. If I turn this knob all the way clockwise, it'll shut it off. I can make that a connection, and then once it's all connected up, I can turn it back on and then supply a much higher pressure. It'll be tank pressure, probably 30 to 40 PSI. Will be blowing through and should be able to clear out the blockage. Now to see if your blockage is clear, we got to reattach the supply line to the XSD base, and then we'll measure our flows again. So here our flow is again at 13 mils a minute on the FID and at 17 mils a minute. So we're at our 30 mils a minute. We are good to go with our response tests. In this section of the video, I'm going to show how to remove and reinstall the XSD jet. Here is a 1/4 inch nut driver, and that goes in over the nut that holds the jet in. Turn it counterclockwise or to the left, and that will unthread the nut. And this has the nut, jet, and a ferrule on there that seats it. To reinstall it, you're going to start the threads, remove the nut driver and push in all the way so it seats against the base, and then come back in and tighten. And that's it.